Hey, this is Pidge. Welcome to the channel. Today is update number 3 and day 5 for me. Yesterday was spent just buying, testing, planning the upgrade to phase 2, which is what this is going to showcase. And the reason that I needed to make the change was because I hit a wall when I got to red maps. About tier 12, it was just uncomfortable, so I knew it was time to make the change, so head down, bought all the gear, got it done. And I have been planning towards it. I wasn't sure how it was going to feel, and it actually feels pretty good. The single target is leaves something to be desired. I'm used to the Golem build, and the Golem build excels in single target. But for me, this is more accessible to get off the ground, using the zombies rather than the Golems, because if you were to use the Golems, then you have to use all of your jewel slots in your passive tree to put the primordial jewels in there, which don't provide you with all that much apart from the additional Golems. But then you've got the issue of having to swap out you can't upgrade to your cold iron points to get the damage until you've got all of those jewels, and it can be expensive at the beginning of the league, whereas nothing here is particularly expensive. So I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to push this a little bit further, and then I'm still unsure which way I'm going to go. If I feel that once I get to end game, so once I get to tier 16s and I'm running those regularly, and Shaper and Elder, etc., then I may decide to go down the Golem route. And until I get there with this, I'm not going to know just how well it's going to perform or how poorly it's going to perform. So let's take a look at the gear and what we've done. We have transitioned to low life. We're now an aura stacker, and we are using the same wand. The gear isn't crazy good, and a lot of my gems aren't leveled up yet. So we're using a wand, the same wand with +1 level of spell skill gems. Alpha's Howl, I did upgrade to get the Flesh and Stone Reservation one. Prism Guardian. A 5-link Shavs. Just any amulet with Champion of the Cause. I got one with some Energy Shield. I'd be looking to swap this out for Strength. I'll talk about that in a minute. A Nunset Ring with Energy Shield Chaos Res. A Hungry Loop with Brutality, Feeding Frenzy, GMP and Vicious Projectiles. You can probably guess what that's for. Gloves with Energy Shield, and I crafted on Minion damage. And these boots, which I crafted with Aspect of the Avian on there as well. Darkness Enthroned Belt. Experimenter's Basalt Flask of Warding. Quartz Flask of Staunching. Jade Flask of Iron Skin. Granite Flask of Curing, and Quicksilver Flask of Reflexes. The reason I put this in the build is the buff to poison is significant, and I've come to realise that with running Al-Hazmin maps, and the poison has been causing me issues, so I've put this into the build. This was, before this, it was a Granite Flask with extra movement speed, but I feel like this is going to serve me better. Gem links, we've got Generosity with Precision and Divergent Dreadbanner. Purity of Fire, Purity of Lightning, Purity of Ice, Convocation in the helmet. Grace, Val Grace, Val Haste, and Determination in the shield. The 5-link is Raise Zombie with Melee Fizz, Impale, Brutality, and Minion damage. In the gloves we've got Arrogance with Pride, Vitality, and Discipline. Flesh and Stone, Maim, Melee Fizz with a Golem. This would be Animate Guardian and Meat Shield, but I'm still leveling up those 2 gems, so I'm not going to use them, so I may as well just have this in here for now. This Ghastly Eye Jewel with Blind, just Energy Shield, Minion damage and Blind. And then this one with Regenerating Life, Energy Shield, and Minion damage. So those are pretty good. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but Flame Dash is here. I don't think I touched on this gem. So Flame Dash is there, and Ray Spectre is in the Hungry Loop. Let's take a look at the stats now. So 81% all res. That will go to a 82 once my purities level up. They're still level 19. And then -5 on Chaos Res. Not ideal, but it's not too bad either. I'd be looking to find some Chaos Res somewhere. Whether it be you know, in a new amulet, maybe more in a ring, or somewhere. I'll pick that up. That's not a problem. My problem has been strength, and I'm actually using this strength gem in my Darkness Enthroned to boost my strength a little bit more. That has been my main struggle. If you look at the tree, I'm having to take this strength node, these 3 strength nodes, this one, and this one. So it's losing me 6 skill points, which isn't good. But that's the state that I've ended up in. So I'll be looking to swap out as much gear as possible for gear with strength, whether that be my gloves, my amulet, etc. Okay, we're only using 1 medium cluster, no large clusters in this build. It is Self-Control Sublime Form, Aura Effect Cluster, and that allows us to run Grace and Discipline. Once I can get rid of all of these strength nodes, I'm going to path up to here and I'll get another medium cluster with uncompromising replenishing presence, and that will allow me to activate my last aura, which is determination. As you can see, we're running all the purities, we're running discipline, flesh and stone, vitality, grace, haste, avians, aspect of the avian, dread banner, and precision. We're not using clarity, there's really no need for it just yet. It will provide a damage boost once we push towards min-max, and it'll also provide a truckload of energy shield once we can get a Watcher's Eye with gain extra mana. Gain extra energy shield, sorry, from clarity.
I'm ready, and
taking a look at the tree, you'll see it's changed significantly because we've swapped over from life based to being energy shield based now. And we've got 105 life left, so planned that pretty well with the reservation. Here we have put the medium cluster in, just the one, and then specced out of all of the life down here, then simply just pathed across here to join the tree through this energy shield node. Path down here and put an intuitive leap so we can pick up these 2 nodes here for more mana reservation. This jewel is Might of the Meek so that we can exaggerate these 2 nodes. I've got an energy from within in there, really bad roll, but I've got one in there. I'll look to swap that out for a better roll, and that converts this life to energy shield. This jewel is Conqueror's Efficiency for more mana res. Here we have a little bit of strength with energy shield and minion damage. So nothing crazy going on here. Oh, one more jewel up here, which is the same thing. So energy shield, minion damage. We want to be scaling energy shield as much as possible now. I just don't have the skill points available. I will be pathing over to Arcane Focus, and I'll probably take some of these as well, because these are also boosted by Might of the Meek. So that's the tree. I am level 88. And now, finally, I can progress, because before I made this change, level tier 12, 13, 14s were a pain. At the moment, clear is fantastic, single target is my biggest concern. So I'm going to have to monitor that as we go along. I did expect a huge damage decrease, and I'm feeling it now. I actually ran this build, this was sort of my project build at the end of last league, and it was extremely good, extremely good. Single target's still not as good as the golems, but you know, that's the difference between the 2 minions, but still it was extremely good. Now I'm definitely feeling the damage loss, but I'm going to run a map now so you can see how it performs and you can decide for yourself. I'll just mention that I'm only running 3 specters and 8 zombies, and there is a way to get a 4th at this point, and that would mean, it's quite expensive however, because that would mean that your Race Spectre gem would need to be level 21, and your zombie gem would need to be 21. And then you can use the Bones of Allure boots, and that will give you 4 Spectres and 9 zombies. So I'm now going to run a map. I'm going to run this tier 13 map, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the Animate Guardian and Meat Shield and just level them up in the background, and instead put a Carrion Golem on with Melee Fizz, just to see how that performs. Using 3 Syndicate Operatives, 8 Zombies, and a Golem.
when I'm ready and not before.
The operatives, even on a 4-link, will provide all of the clear. The zombies and the carrion golems are just for the single target. And I was forced to make the switch. I was forced to make the switch to low life. This was my plan since last league.
I wandered the Valley of Husks, treading on my own ancient bones, retracing my own
But I hit a wall when I got to red
hearing
maps,
my own voice echo across the monolithic walls.
so I knew that
I
it was
knew
time
the
to
words,
upgrade.
yet not the meaning. Knew the path, yet not where it led. Knew that I walked atop events that have not yet run their course.
You can see that clear is absolutely no problem. And then single target when we get to the boss, you level your battle skills ready, save those.
Everything dies.
I think that was my vitality, finally hitting 20. I also need my convocation to level up a bit more so I can summon my minions to me a little more regularly. That'll improve clear as well. Get up. Really should take those off my filter.
Hello again, local.
Well, saying that, I actually had to go out and buy Jeweler's Orbs just to link my... You see 26 monsters left, we can go back to kill anything. And then we pop battle skills. Double boss, that's fine.